You're listening to the Shared Value podcast, proudly brought to you by the Shared Value Project and the Shared Value Initiative. It's a place where leaders from around the world talk about the business of solving social issues.
Hello, so this is Gaëlle Loiseau, CEO of Shared Value Project Hong Kong. We are at the Creative Collision in Hong Kong with Garrick Lau, the co-founder and CEO of G4Good. Garrick, welcome.
Hello everyone. Thanks, Gaëlle.
So we'd like to ask you a few questions on how G4Good came to Shared Value. First, congratulations again on winning the Small Medium Organization Leading Through Shared Value Award in Melbourne this year. And as an impact fund which incubates and invests in shared value business, can you speak to why you've taken that approach?
Yeah, first of all, thank you very much for the memorable night at Melbourne. We had a really great time and met a lot of great fans, and I hope this podcast can reach some of them and we connect in different areas, and maybe sometimes in Hong Kong you guys will come. For the shared value approach, actually, frankly, it's not yet a very structured approach for us at the moment. I have been exploring social innovation in the past few years. I used to work in conglomerates with different businesses, but social innovation is actually a journey that I've taken to explore in the past few years. And then eventually I joined New World and G4Good. It's actually, we have different kinds of business also. We have real estate, we have hospitality, insurance, aircraft leasing, schools, hospitals, esports, different things. And bit by bit, actually, we have social innovation in our buildings. We have green loans, we have green finance for our energy efficient buildings. We have the K11 brand. That is a retail concept with incubation of artists, cultures, and we actually have been trying different approaches to engage with the community and create social impact in our current business. But then when I joined, and there are actually small projects incubations that we think there are more social angles that we can collaborate to increase social value and also increase financial values for the company. And then here comes earlier this year, our executive vice chairman Adrian has also announced a big chunk of land donation that is quite a unique proposition in Hong Kong business world. And then step by step we think, okay, we should set up a formal shared value department, and then we should put shared value as our core strategies, alongside with the business roundtable, the strategy taken by a lot of CEOs around the globe. And so it's like internal and externally there are forces to pull us together. Not a really long, well-planned approach, but we are here today, and I think we starting to look into it in all of our business lines. We will do CSV, and we hope this strategy will be adopted by companies in Hong Kong, and not just real estate developers, but also banks, but also other local companies.
Yeah, you're trying to create a movement.
Yeah, definitely.
So, in accepting G4Good's recent award, you gave a moving speech about your perceptions of Hong Kong, socially and economically, as a child and also in your adult years. Can you tell me a bit more about the role this played in seeing you join the impact investing space?
Actually, I wrote that speech when I was on the 9-hour flight from Hong Kong to Melbourne, because I got a day trip to Melbourne actually. So I sit on the plane alone, and then I try to review how myself got into the shared value spectrum. And then I recall that because in Hong Kong, we train to understand that we want to find a good job, we want to buy a flat, we want to drive GDP with the business segment. That's the training and the mindset that all Hong Kong students have been following. And then when I grow up, when I start working there, actually in the business world, the KPIs are on the GDP, on the profit and things like that. At the same time, when I understand more about the social aspect, we have the highest Gini coefficient among the developed countries. And actually, in 2008, there is a study on the most unhappy places in the world, and Hong Kong is ranked 7th. First 3 are Iraqi and Ukraine. So there are a lot of things, a lot of aha moments for me during the process of we're trying to do good in business, but we also achieving well-being, sustainability, happiness for the society. Seems answer to me is not really. So that's these aha moment brings me to think that business in Hong Kong is a very powerful institution. There must be something which can be the driver and be a part of enhancing the society.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, staying in Hong Kong, what do you think are the most pressing issues faced by Hong Kong today, which you believe that business is best placed to solve?
And let me build on the point about the unhappiness ranking, because sadly is that study was done in 2018. So this year, Hong Kong, there are a lot more challenges in the city, and as a business, to me, I would think that because Hong Kong people are very connected to the workplace. We have the longest hour in the world, longer than Japan. At the same time, we have the longest life expectancy, longer than Japan also. So we have like more than 3 million working population, and they spend a lot hours in the office working with colleagues, and there are a lot of touch points from corporation as the employer that can create well-being, that can create job satisfaction, life satisfaction, and relations, happiness for these 3 million plus working population. Whether there are support for family-friendly policy, there are autonomy in job nature, tasks, innovation, different development paths for the youth. These are all within the reach of the employers, I would say. So if we can be good managers, if we can be more empowering and work environment architects, I would say, then on the happiness side, on the life satisfaction side, they would help. This is one of the pressing issues, I think, for company to solve. Yeah.
Shared Value Project Hong Kong has worked on mental well-being in the workplace, actually.
Definitely.
And there's a very interesting article that came out, the supplement of the Financial Times. I don't know if you've seen specifically for Hong Kong businesses on how they are addressing that, because as you say, you spend so much time at work that in the workplace, if you can address the mental well-being, then you're already having a significant impact.
Yes. Yes.
If you could change one thing to facilitate shared value and purpose-led business in 2020, what would it be?
This is really a difficult question, but I would say most of the citizens are thinking day to day now in Hong Kong, because it is really difficult, uniquely challenging time at Hong Kong. For me, if I would pick one thing, I would pick in reversing the mistrust within the city. I would say there are mistrust among different sectors, people with different roles and responsibility, people from different backgrounds. But that is actually the opposite of how shared value can work. If shared value is going to work, we need to have the empathy. We need to have the trust in the first place. Not until we have 10 experiments, 10 projects that we trust someone. So these mindsets, if I can, I would hope the trust level among different parties, different stakeholders.
So different sectors.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Great. How did you first come across shared value? What was your first encounter with shared value?
It was a very boring thing. I was a subscriber of the HBR, Harvard Business Review, and the article was there. And when as I mentioned, I started researching and learning about social innovation, how we can do more beyond the profit thing. And so I tried to read, and then that article come across. And that until then, I bought the article and keep it in my iPhone and keep it everywhere. I send to people when I say about it. That's how I come across CSV.
So Michael Porter
Yes.
enlisted you.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
And I hope you enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you, everyone. Hope to see you all.
Thank you for your contribution.
Thank you.